Hello, everyone. Vicente Cruz, Oakland Greens event fundraising coordinator, and here we are at our January monthly meeting. These will be very, very quick. I would say that we're not as active as we have been in the past, but we are doing our movie nights, and there's definitely tons to discuss and things going on. Right now, we're still waiting for more participants, so you're kind of in the pre-show for those people who will watch this on YouTube. And what I was going to say to members here is that have you heard of this young person who's trying to start their own political party? They want to run for president in 2040.
2040?
Yes, but that's how young they are. They're definitely
Wow.
teenagers. And they're trying to actually start an official progressive party. I just think they're a troll because everything they're saying, I'm just like, on the comments like, that really sounds like the Green Party is what you're saying.
Mm.
And why not just grab a bunch of young people and, take over, right? I mean, if the infrastructure is already there, they're dying for the next generation who are going to take the reins and actually have a progressive party. The Green Party is already there. Why not do that unless you're just trolling and again, you're just trying to be an influencer, which is statistically that seems like what it would be because that's more people want to be, influencers than they want to be doctors or teachers or scientists or any of that shit.
Right.
And we've created that shit. That's what has happened. Um, all that stuff too. So
Well, these days, some of the influencers financially are doing a lot better than doctors and others. I think,
absolutely, but then just like in a lot of things with relationships, going from a monogamy standpoint, right? That's coming from a capitalist standpoint. They're doing better
mm,
financially. That doesn't mean that their quality of life is necessarily any better. Actually, a lot of stress comes with that because a lot of times once you get into that bracket, someone like for the name dropping Mr. Beast, right? Now you become responsible for now 32 people's lives, their mortgages, their kids' college, right? Because you're a business. Now you're no longer a person. That's a lot of fucking shit on you, right? And like, I don't know, man. I never wanted that. That's why I went into the.
well, I think a lot of people who want to become influencers are only looking at the dollar signs. They're
Oh,
only looking at,
absolutely. No, oh,
okay.
gosh, no doubt that we live in a capitalist society. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Let me actually, while we're waiting, uh, Orlando said he was on his way. Let me see if I can here just go over.
So that might be all that's happening with this young person that's starting this political party that maybe, he's just
She. I think I'm pretty sure
she.
they identify as a
Yeah.
female.
Okay. Um,
That's why
I don't know anything about it though. I haven't is this local or is this somewhere else?
no, I think it's somewhere else in the country. It's here in the United
Oh.
States, but I'm going to look and see. Usually, of course, the way the algorithm works, it won't come up when I need it to. Uh,
Well, if they're really aiming for 2040, that's too far in the future for most people, I think. So I doubt if they're going to get much interest until they figure out stuff that they're going to do in the next 2 to 4 years.
well, it's all over Instagram at the moment, so
Oh, really? Huh.
social media.
All right.
Let's see. Find that. We'll give them like 4 more minutes and then we'll just start and not even worry about it. Oh, I'm back over here. I have to look at the big monitor. I also thought, what if it be our first? It's all AI. It's not real.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said that it's all possibly just AI. Nothing is real if it's on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing is real. And then if you went to TikTok today, uh, now we're just kind of jumping things we were going to talk about anyway. It says, thanks to President Trump, they're back. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
I
I
just
mean,
done that.
they were off and all of a sudden they're back on.
Well, even one of Biden administration's last acts too, they reversed the decision anyway.
Hmm.
So I'm not even sure it was because of him. He was going to do it anyway.
Well, in some ways, it doesn't really matter because Trump is going to take credit for whatever comes along. I mean, he took credit for the ceasefire in Gaza. He
Right, and
said,
then he'll deny any of the bad stuff, like none of the grocery prices coming down. In fact, they're going up.
but we knew all that, so
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. And
so
every
we're going to be in
basic
for.
economist. But I still don't think the undereducated that are supporting him, all the people that like the QAnon folks and things like that, that seem to be very uneducated or only want to educate on one thing. Like they are, I think they're all literate. They know how to read, but that actually in their case might be a problem. That's so mean. Um, I don't think it would matter. It's going to matter to them whether or not when they go to the grocery store, it's still super expensive or even more so. They're going to they'll say, no, it wasn't Trump, even though they
I
bought
don't
the house.
know. I think gradually they're going to slip away if they don't get some of the things they were hoping for. Um, I know already on immigration, some of the people that had strongly supported Trump, including Congress members, are having problems with, I think, Elon Musk and others saying, well, we can't really deport every single undocumented person because that would crash the economy and
Yeah.
this industry, that industry would be devastated. And so they're having already starting to have a little internal fight going on.
Well, yeah, because the you try to do all of them too that you can't. Who's going to fill those engineering jobs? We sure are not producing engineers and scientists over here, right? Not at all, right? Our
Yeah.
education system doesn't support that, right? No, in fact, they went out of their way to make it so that all of us are undereducated, so we won't can't be informed voters, right? Just so
Hmm.
they stay in power. Well, that's the fucking trade-off. You dumbed down to all of your fucking residents and citizens, and surprise, surprise, you have stupid fucking people, right? It's like it's not that much of a rocket science, you know.
Well, I think they're fine. You know, they're fine as long as they can get more educated people from other countries. I mean,
Right. But even the just the basic manual labor jobs, fucking no American is built nowadays anyway for picking any sort of agricultural work. We're not. They're not
mhm,
going to do it. They're not
right.
going to do it. We're not going to do it. I sure as fuck am not going to do it. For many reasons, aside from the fact I'm past that age, but I'm like, wait, you want my black ass to go out there and pick fruit? Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And you're gonna pay me shit? Like, nope, sounds like slavery to me. You want me on the plantation? Not happening, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so, but at the same time, one of the things, going back to specifically um, political parties and platforms and all that, I want to see all those undocumented people too fucking paid a living wage. They shouldn't, and they should have health insurance,
Oh yeah,
right? They're
absolutely. But
fucking feeding us, right?
you know, the corporate powers have managed to somehow make sure that the minimum wage has been stuck. The federal minimum wage has been stuck at $7.25 for since Obama. I
Right.
mean, how can anybody get by on $7.25 an hour?
Yeah. No, you can't. Not anymore. Not anywhere. Not on that.
Yeah, but
$20
but
maybe give
that's
or
what
take.
they're paying in some of these
Yeah,
states, especially in the South. You
absolutely.
know,
Right. Yeah.
it's just incredible. So
Yeah. Well, and it's our own fault. We allowed it to happen. And the only thing that doesn't keep me up at night is every time I go back into our archives and go, we've been screaming this shit forever and people don't care. They just
yeah, that's it.
their
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Starbucks and I'm fucking repping, fucking sports teams too. We'd rather watch a TV, fucking, blood and circuses, right? We rather fucking have that on a mass cultural scale,
Mm,
as opposed to, all things in balance type of
mm,
thing. So, like I said, the only thing that keeps me from not tossing and turning on that aspect anyway, is the fact that we've been screaming this and begging people to participate. That's pretty much been, the Oakland Greens, platform, anytime event we've been doing since jump, right? Everything is just like, all we want you to do is participate. In fact, when we were super active, like the sit-in and down at Lake Merritt, right? We always put up we would register you to vote. I don't care who you register for. I just want to make sure more people to participate because we're so lacking in participation now. And I understand why. I understood then, I understood now. It's a fucking shitty system. But until you're never going to just drastically fucking change a direction of river. It's really difficult to do, right? But if you guide the river, it will
mm.
naturally change itself, right?
Yeah. You know,
That's kind of always
it
been our thing is like, how do we fucking navigate that shit?
well, it looks like we might be getting close to having a chance of turning that river because ever since that health insurance CEO got shot, killed, um, the incredible comments that came out saying, well, the health insurance industry, they're mass murderers, so they got what they deserved, and everybody was out there, not everybody, but thousands of people were posting all kinds of comments and likes and stuff. I think there's a lot of people out there that would be ready to jump on something if we can get it get it just right for them.
Well,
Well, like you said this guy on Instagram, right? This new political party thing's all over Instagram. Well, I think people are wanting to get onto something, but
yeah, but I
like you
still,
just said, well, why are they reinventing the wheel? It's
right.
like
I
this.
fear that it's all still ego driven. It's like the same
Hmm,
people. It's like when we would go out and we're outreaching and we're asking people to be candidates, and we know that they are super qualified, and they would say
hmm,
no, and our answer would be like, the fact that you don't want to do it is exactly why we need you to fucking swallow whatever it is, you know, fucking how bad the system is. And we need to and that once you sign on to that, then you need to help us. And we need to get two more because I get it. What's something that Don said during the campaign too, when they would ask him, well, what are you going to do if you get elected? He's like, well, if it's just me, I can't really do much because I'll be as like a voice because I'll never be able to get anything seconded on it. That's why we're running as a slate, right?
hmm,
That's
hmm.
the whole idea. And like the plan is sound. We just have never really had the infrastructure to do it. And I think we started a little too late in navigating the fundraising part of it.
Hmm.
Again, that's one where we needed to have swallowed our pride a little sooner and went hardcore into, like even to a point of where it is now, where, where you can get like at least $2,000 a month as opposed to, 100. I'm sorry, not a month, a year, as opposed to $100 a year, right? Um, but yeah, well, I'm going, why don't we go ahead and go through the agenda, because we're going to talk about tomorrow too, Martin Luther King observance and the inauguration and all that stuff too, on there too. So it is an easy one. Movie nights, the first movie, Zone of Interest. We'll watch the trailer here in a second. Ooh, excuse me, gassy boy. And then the next one, just the MLK observance. And pretty much everything else is nothing has changed except for social media. I want to discuss starting over, because the website has still been down for so long, and for even this laugh around, we may need to reset completely. So finding a new domain name and going through the whole thing. I'll get more into detail. I have talked to Don, but everything moves like slow, and I just don't like to wait. I'm impatient. But so something fun, let me go ahead and share, and then we will start with this is going to be our first movie night next weekend. And I want to share that one. Share sound. There we go.
Das ist ja wunderschön. Ja, die Azaleen da. Hier gibt es auch Gemüse. Bisschen Kräuter, auch Rosmarin. Hier ist rote Beete. Das ist Fenchel. Die Sonnenblumen, ja. Und hier ist der Kohlrabi. Die Kinder essen mal.
Die herrliche Zeit, die wir im gastlichen Hause verlebten, wird immer mit zu unseren schönsten Urlaubserinnerungen gehören. Im Osten steht unser Morgen. Herzlichen Dank für eure nationalsozialistische Gastfreundschaft. Heil.
I have to.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's 100% free. Day two, he realized
that. I have to watch the movies to make sure there's no glitches or anything in it. And I must say it is a very good movie. Definitely not fun. But one thing, and I think I was, when I saw you last, Dale, when we had lunch, I think I talked about it. They successfully did what Eraserhead was trying to do. And for me, Eraserhead was like a horrible movie. Oh my gosh, that was so hard, so bad. But through the whole movie, you hear the ovens. You can hear, like, through the whole movie, you hear them cooking people. It is the fucking it just, yeah, it's very, very eerie and shadow world lead. So, but a really good movie. I'm looking forward to it. We're coming out hitting again again with this like hardcore stuff that makes you, oh my. But I actually have also I just texted Chris. I'm gonna go down tomorrow and tape up promotional flyers that has the whole series on it, and I've already confirmed with Ernie and everyone for getting the gear down and for the movie night, and yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to getting back out there, and I do also plan. Again, I made flyers that I will just go and hang out in front of the store, especially on Saturdays and Sundays. They have comedy night down there, and that's at It's Your Move Games in beautiful downtown Temescal, Oakland, California. And then on Sunday, it's all the chess events and there's youth events, but I can give the flyers to their parents and things. That was another one too. This year, we don't have a lot of child-friendly movies. I don't. In fact, I don't. No, I can't think of one. In fact, I know that there's one that I'm actually really looking forward to that when I do the advertisement and make the event, I'm going to recommend not bringing your children. It is the movie Setsu. It is about a World War One vet, and he discovers gold, and it's really, really violent and gory, and he comes across a bunch of sex traffickers that he ends up slaughtering, and that's kind of the plot of the movie. And he hooks up with these exploited women, and they're trying to make their way to a city to cash in his gold. But it is very, very violent. It is really, really. It's sort of like in Insidious Bastards or Django. Not as bloody as a Tarantino movie, but it's definitely like a revenge fantasy, and it's a revenge against fascism too. So there's a theme this year. I wonder why. But do anyone have any questions about this upcoming movie night or any of the movies in the future?
I don't have a question about the movie, which seems fine, but I did go to the Eventbrite page for the movie,
Yes.
and
I fuck up again.
last year that was, I took the descriptions off the Eventbrite page in order to send them by email to our Alameda County green list.
Right.
But this time, the description about the movie was embedded in the top image.
Oh,
And
well, I'll fix that.
yeah, so if you could either send me the information, or however you want to do it, but in order for me to have something to send by email, I need the actual
Yes.
text.
I will send it to you.
Okay.
Anything else? None. Moving on, the only other topic. So tomorrow is Oakland's rally over at Oscar Grant Plaza, mostly sponsored by Anti-Police Terror Project. I'm pretty sure is the about that they've been doing it for, I think it's the 11th year. Don't quote me on that. But I am planning to be there at 11 and march. But to get same thing will be just telling people, look at all of you here. There's probably a good slate of candidates here and enough people to staff them. Y'all should do that, and then we don't have to do this anymore. Fucking coming out here, because I really never understood it. I actually always kind of thought, and again, the only pat on the back I give to us is that we've been really yelling this since the early 2000s. Hollering at these corporate fucking elected officials makes no fucking sense. They don't care. Everything they're doing is, and now it's worse. We're almost in that old activist spoken word piece too. First they came for Christian, but I wasn't Christian. Then they came for the Jews, and I wasn't Jewish. And then by the time they got to me, there was no one left, right? We're almost in that point, right? We kept going. And I remember this too, even during the Occupy movement, talking with these anarchists. And I'm like, well, I identify with anarchist values as well, right? So much so that I wouldn't box myself in to just that as a label. I believe in a lot of personal freedoms, but I also believe in personal responsibility as well. But anyway, but talking with them too, like, oh, I wouldn't run for office. Why? How are you going to change anything? Unless you're the tribal council, you're not changing what the tribe is doing. You're not doing it, right? You can be like on the fringe. Really, it seems like you just want to squat and smoke pot and drink and bitch. Because that's all I saw them doing. I'm reliving a specific conversation with someone, right? That's all I see you doing, right? You're out here and you're definitely fucking helping people not get caught by the police, and you're actually at the Lawyers Guild too. But what are you doing beyond that? Because I don't know why you're in it, but I'm in it because I'd really rather be at home smoking pot, playing video games, and having my tax dollars work for me and work for my community, right? But that to me seems to be, that's my fucking goal. You're going to put me in this position where I have to work. Okay, that's fine. But then I want my money to come back to me. I want it to be a good investment. Otherwise, I don't want to give you my money. Anyway, so yeah, we have these type of conversations. So I'm going to go out tomorrow. Are you going to be out there tomorrow too, Greg? Are you coming out?
I'll try to. I don't quite know yet. I still got a bunch of stuff I got to get done, but we'll
No
see.
worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
I did go over to San Francisco yesterday.
Oh, how was
They had
that?
an event. It was good. It was a lot of energy. It was in the Mission, 24th and Bryant.
Right.
And of course, the theme was resisting Trump, and there in the Mission, it was about immigration and making sure that they don't take away the immigrants. Yeah, it was nice.
Well, that's going to be interesting because I don't think that would happen here, but it sets up a very dangerous situation between National Guard and, by state and federal authorities,
Mhm.
you know. I didn't want to change it, but I also just got a film called Civil War that basically lays out to me what an actual civil war in the United States right now would look like. Because it's
Yeah.
definitely is not as clear cut as it was when we think of the North and the South.
No, because it's not by geography. It's
Correct. It's
by
by mindset,
within every.
by
Yeah,
ideology.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And inside of that ideology too, there's all these different breakdowns because of religion, culture. It's so almost micro, right?
Yeah.
It'd be really very strange. But yeah, next year, 2026, we'll have it. Oh, I know actually before, can I go back to so I did change. I found it's an actual documentary movie, but Money in Medicine.
Right.
You believe 2014, don't quote me on that. But yes, pretty much how we kind of document on how we got here. But I mean, we know how we got here, but again, it's about getting it out to the people and hopefully they come and we go, so what are you going to do? That's
Yeah,
all.
well, it'll be
my
good
question.
to kick off a discussion because,
Mhm.
lots of people are talking about it now, and
Well,
we'll
our
see.
events were very successful. The reason they haven't is because I, fucking lost energy. And then there was also, there was the pandemic. And then after we came out of the pandemic, I had a good, uh, uh, an extraordinary amount of deaths in the family all at one time,
Yeah.
and all those different things too. So we are still trying to recover energy from that. So, there's logical reasons why. But one of the back to it, one of the things I've always asked when we have these events and when people come to like when's it enough? I always want to know. When is it because they're not like just literally kicking in your door? If they kicked in your neighbor's door, would that do it? Right? If they just kicked him in, just because, for whatever, so not oh, you are a sex trafficker. No, you are a Democrat. You are a anarchist. You are an anti-fascist. Right? If that's the reason, like I don't know. I want to know. I want to know. But here's another opportunity with it all. They say resistant Trump's like, okay, are we going to have a general strike then? They kind of did around Christmas time with Amazon and FedEx. The Teamsters went on strike a whole bunch, and I think Amazon. I think they ended up with 5 new unions across the country. So that was pretty successful. I would love to see a huge May Day general strike. So and I think I can't remember who did the study. It got so long ago. If you could get 10% of the country to not spend any money on any given day, it would crash the fucking economy. That's all you really need. No, don't order any food delivery, none of that shit. Don't go to the grocery. Do not spend any money in any way on one day. You get a whole lot of people to do it all at one time. Boom, all done. And now look at you. But I think back to it that Mother Nature, will do it before us. Even if these wildfires do turn out to be set, all this stuff too. But still, it's like, okay, well, they still happen. And it was an extreme weather condition that wiped out an entire community. I don't give a fuck whether they have the money to rebuild it or whatever. Like if every memory you've ever had, is gone now, so. Yeah, I think what'll happen is, we'll have some sort of natural disaster that'll like strike like an entire eastern seaboard or, central grid.
Hmm.
And, people will lose their mind because they won't be able to get their TikTokies. So it'll like go crazy. Motherfuckers won't know what to do. Oh my God, I don't know. My connection to people. So, anyway, everything else in us has changed. We talked about the, oh no, social media. So I don't know how soon, I guess how we usually do the process is next meeting, we make a decision. And, basically the decision is, do we reboot the Oakland Greens completely? Because I don't know the password and I can't get into DreamHost and our email is not working. Our website has been down for months. So I'm thinking just to reboot it. We're not paying for it. I don't know where the money came from. Don seemed to know for the domain. It's still registered and DreamHost is still active, but I can't get into it. So,
Well,
go ahead.
as far as the website goes, I mean, yeah, you can just you get a new URL, and if we still control the old one, then you can actually have people that go to the old one be transferred. There's an
Yeah.
automatic
Oh, yeah.
way to
If
make it transfer.
if I had the password to DreamHost and the one
Oh, okay. Well, but I think that if it's still registered with them, they should be able to, you know, get us in there somehow because they still have access.
yes,
So,
and that has to go through Don because he's the register.
right, yeah, okay. But anyway, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's probably good to get something up. So if you just get another URL and go with it, yeah.
yeah. Hello, Bill. Coming in kind of at the end.
Hi.
How you doing?
I had difficulty finding the email to get
Oh,
him, but I got him.
all right. Would it help if I send it out like also? Well, it was 2 days before. If I can send it out the morning of,
Yeah,
it'll be at the
that's
top of
usually a good
everybody's.
idea. I'm not blaming you, but I'm just saying it helps. I knew that there was a meeting, and I knew there was an email. I was just putting
Right.
the two together. Okay,
Right.
no problem.
But yeah. Oh, are you going to be out at Oscar Grant Plaza tomorrow?
I'm going to be there for a while. I have a call in the morning, but it's not till 11, right?
Right. Yeah. 11.
And I have something at 1, so it should fit in pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. That's the only announcement I had, too. Anybody have anything else? No? It's literally at the end. My name is Vicente Cruz, Oakland Greens Event and Fundraising Coordinator, and this has been the January monthly public general meeting. And we will see you out in the streets tomorrow on Instagram. Look for us for Oakland_Greens on IG. And yeah, and we'll see you next weekend out at movie night for the Zone of Interest. And then, of course, February meeting and then on into movie nights as we move forward. Excuse me, gassy boy again. Take care, everyone. Peace after revolution.